This is the Ridingtimes 1500-watt electric bike. When I first saw it, I was struck by how rugged and solid it looked. The fat tires really stand out. It definitely gives off this off-road adventure-ready vibe. With its carbon steel frame and Moped-style design, it's not just functional, but also has some serious style. The long seat grabbed my attention too. It's adjustable and actually provides a lot of versatility, depending on who's riding or how you plan to use it. Overall, it gives this bulky yet balanced impression, like it can handle whatever terrain you throw at it. From the moment I started using it, I realized this bike wasn't built just for show. My first ride was an eye-opener. Getting onto it felt smooth and steady. It's easy to adjust to its size despite its considerable weight of about 78 pounds. Starting off in pure electric mode felt so satisfying. That 1500-watt motor delivers such massive acceleration that I found myself grinning without even realizing it. Going up a steep hill was a breeze, and the bike didn't flinch. This motor is a powerhouse, no doubt about it. The top speed? In my experience, I've comfortably hit 28 miles per hour, and even at that speed, it feels stable thanks to the dual suspension system. The suspension itself impressed me. It's got 6-level full suspension with 2 front shocks, 2 seat shocks, and the durable 4-inch fat tires playing their part. Riding this on rugged trails or bumpy city streets is smoother than I had hoped. But I will admit, the suspension can feel a bit stiff when dealing with smaller bumps. It's not something that entirely dampens the ride, but it's worth pointing out. On sand and dirt trails, though, this bike shines. It grips really well and doesn't slide around, something I was nervous about when I first tested it off-road. If I had to highlight what stands out the most for me, it's the versatility of the riding modes. You're not locked into just one style. You can switch between electric, pedal assist, or go full manual like a regular bike. The pedal assist option really comes in handy on longer commutes because it saves the battery while giving me just the right boost. Speaking of battery, the range is pretty solid. In electric-only mode, I've gotten around 40 miles, and with pedal assist, I've stretched it to roughly 75 miles on a full charge. That's plenty for my usual round trips and errands, although I've made it a habit to recharge daily, just to ensure I always have full power. Charging takes about 6 to 8 hours, so I just plug it in overnight, and it's good to go by morning. The long seat is another feature I genuinely find practical. I adjusted mine to fit perfectly for my height and riding posture, and sometimes I even take a friend along because it's spacious enough for 2. Of course, that adds to the weight, so I tend to reserve doubling up for shorter rides. The seating itself is comfortable, far better than I expected, especially for a bike that's clearly built for off-road adventures. After about 450 miles of riding, I can confidently say they put effort into making it ergonomic for long trips. Now, no bike is without its quirks. One thing I noticed is the weight. There's no getting around it. This is a hefty piece of equipment. Lifting it or pushing it upstairs is not fun, and I found myself sweating a bit when I had to haul it by hand. It's not a deal breaker, but something to think about if your living situation often requires you to manually lift things. Another small issue is with the battery. Around the 20-mile mark, I've noticed a slight dip in power, which causes the bike to max out around 15 miles per hour instead of the usual 28. It's still functional at that speed, but I found it's best to charge regularly if you're planning longer trips or relying on consistent power. The assembly process was fairly straightforward, though I'll admit it took me longer than I thought. Anyone new to putting bikes together might need a bit of patience. The tools were included, and there's a video tutorial to help, which came in clutch. Still, by the time I finished assembling it, I had a newfound respect for anyone who works on bikes for a living. On the durability side, this thing can take a beating. I hate to admit it, but I flipped the bike on an off-road trail once. Don't worry, I was fine, but it's been holding up strong since then. The only hiccup is one of the fender screws went missing, likely during that tumble, and I haven't gotten around to replacing it yet. Beyond that, I haven't had to deal with any major maintenance besides cleaning and keeping the tires pumped. Oh, the tires, by the way, are incredible. I once punctured one with a piece of glass, but I used flat-out sealant, and they've been holding up just fine since. In my opinion, this bike is perfect for anyone looking for an all-rounder. Whether you need it for daily commuting, weekend trail riding, or just cruising around, it's up for the task. The motor's power combined with the fat tires and full suspension makes it versatile enough for different terrains and environments. From my experience, it's been a reliable and fun partner for both work commutes and off-road adventures. On the flip side, I'd recommend it less for those who might struggle with lifting heavy bikes, or for anyone who doesn't have space for such a bulky frame. Likewise, if you're someone who prefers quick charge times, the 6 to 8 hour battery charging cycle might feel like a bit of a weight. In conclusion, the Ridingtimes 1500-watt electric bike has blown away my initial expectations. It's powerful, sturdy, and capable of handling almost anything I've thrown at it so far. While it has quirks, like the weight and occasional suspension stiffness, it's a well-designed machine that really delivers on performance and riding comfort. I've used it for a good mix of city commutes, trail exploration, and even some light errands, and it hasn't let me down. If you're considering an electric bike that's packed with power and versatility, this could be the one for you. I will post full information about the 1500-watt electric bike in the comments section. See you in the following videos.